Hi there, I'm Dr. Bosh P. Jordan Jr., pastor and founder of Hope Alive Outreach, and I'm here today to give you a dose of hope. That's right. Whenever I want to take a trip, especially when I want to go back to Baltimore, I have to make a reservation on a plane. And when I make that reservation, I have to give the date, the time, then they let me know how much it costs. I can't make a reservation today. I have to do it in advance. So I look forward to it. Sometimes people in recovery relapse because they made a reservation. They might say to themselves, I know that if I lose my job, man, I have to get me a drink. Or they might say, if I lose my mother, if my mother dies, I don't know what I'll do. I know I have to relapse. I have to get a joint. Oh my goodness, if I lose my home, I can't pay the rent right now, but if I lose my house, I don't know what to do. Yes, I know what to do. I have to use. A reservation in recovery is a way out, but a reservation in recovery is not necessary. All we have to do is stay clean, stay sober, one day at a time, just one day at a time. And that day is today. And we have to work the program of recovery, no matter what comes down the pike, no matter what happens in our lives. As my buddy in Baltimore says, just don't use. When my mother died back in 2013, she died on a Saturday morning at about 6:30 in the morning. I was down here in Florida. I hadn't, I was down here by myself. My wife hadn't moved down here yet. And I knew my mother was in the hospital. She'd been in that hospital since Wednesday. And I had prayed that my mother wouldn't die. She was 89 years of age. When I got that call that she died, I cried. But I didn't use. What I did was I called a friend of mine, a God-fearing man, and I told him what happened. He was a member of my church, and he was at the church when I called him. He said, come on down to the church. And when I went down to the church, he was there. He's not a pastor. He's not a preacher. He was the chairman of the trustee board at that time. And we sat in the sanctuary alone. I sat next to him. And I put my head on his shoulder and I cried. And he put his arms around me. And he helped me get through. That's right. I said he helped me get through that very trying time of my life. But I didn't use. I didn't think about using. And that evening, I went to a meeting. Yes, I did. I went to a 12-step meeting and I practiced the principles of this program. And I shared from my heart that my mother had died. And tears came to my eyes. And people after the meeting came up to me and they hugged me and they let me know everything will be all right. Most of the people at that meeting were much younger than I, but they loved me and they cared about me. It's amazing how you can get through when you share your experiences, you share your weaknesses, you share your hopes as well as your joys and your burdens and your sorrows. You share them with somebody else. Shared pain is eased pain. So no matter who you are today, make up in your mind that you're going to work a thorough first step, which says we admit that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives have become unmanageable. When you work that step completely, sincerely, honestly, Totally. No reservation is necessary. I'm Dr. Jordan. And remember, no matter what's going on with you, I said, no matter what's going on with you, there's hope for you. And don't forget, tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock, right here on Facebook Live, and also on YouTube at Hope Alive Outreach, we're going to have our Praise in Worship. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, be right here. I'm the Hope Doctor. Have a good day.